Welcome to the Fascia-Informed Therapist, the essential podcast for occupational therapy professionals looking to deepen their understanding of fascia's pivotal role in therapy and health. I'm your host, Amy Mayer, an experienced occupational therapist, practice owner, and dedicated educator. Here we'll dive into the fascinating world of fascia, exploring its significance in the human body and its critical influence on occupational therapy practice. Each episode will bring you cutting-edge insights, expert interviews, and practical strategies to help you confidently integrate the science of fascia into your therapeutic approach. Whether you're a seasoned practitioner or just starting out, our goal is to equip you with high-quality, evidence-based, and fascia-informed continuing education opportunities that will enhance your skills and benefit your clients. So join us as we unravel the complexities of fascia and transform the way you practice occupational therapy. All health and wellness practitioners are welcome. Let's learn, grow, and evolve together. Hi, this is Amy, and this is another edition of the Fascia-Informed Therapist. And today I want to talk about myofascial release, and is that a term that we should continue to use? And I've been thinking about this for a long time, and then I actually heard somebody else bring this thought up on a different podcast, but she was in another country, and she was talking more about the release part of it. But I think even the myo part of it should be in question. And that's one of the reasons that we've gone mostly to using fascia-informed treatment in our clinic. And the reason for that is the myo means muscle, right? So myofascial release, you're targeting the fascia that surrounds the muscles, and that's good, that's helpful, that can help with pain. But people seek out fascia-based treatments for so many different kinds of problems. So we're targeting fascia that's around everything, the organs, the digestive system, around the diaphragm. Well, that is a muscle, but the whole respiratory system. So are we really just targeting the muscles in these treatments? Well, I don't think we are. In some cases we are, but in many cases we are not. It just depends on the person and why they're coming. Now, I don't think we're going to get rid of that term anytime soon, because that's what people are starting to hear about, and that's what people are out there Googling to try and find help for whatever it is, their headaches, their back pain, their plantar fasciitis, their whatever it is. So we're not going to change that trend very quickly, but I just want to put that out there in terms of, especially if you're a practitioner in a traditional setting, and maybe you are working with kids with sensory processing disorders, but you want to try to affect their interoceptive system, then you want to use fascia-informed techniques, right? Not just myofascial release. Myofascial release might be one of your choices on how you could impact the child's body. But there's so many other things that you can do as well. And you're not just targeting the muscles. So anyway, it's something that I just want to put out there to get people thinking about. And again, when you understand the science of the system, that's going to make you think differently. And it's going to make you think about all the different ways that you can affect your clients, and all the different areas of their body you can affect their clients. And anyway, you're going to think about it in a very different way from how I think about it. So I've said this in other podcasts, but I can't wait for more people to learn and to develop more ways of intersecting with the fascial system with the knowledge that I want everybody to have. So then let's talk about the release part. That probably is a much bigger conversation. But are we really releasing fascia? Then some people will say that you cannot affect adhesions in the fascia. The fascia is just too strong. You're not going to be able to do that. Can we, and what are we really releasing? Well, what we're probably actually doing is rehydrating things and creating more glide. We're stimulating the fasciocytes, quite likely, with pressure to produce more of the hyaluronic. I'm so sorry, I can't say that word. I need to practice off mic for a while. But they produce the substance that provides the glide between the layers of fascia, and that reduces the stickiness, which are the adhesions in many cases, I would say. Now, the whole term layers also comes into question in the discussions out there from the experts in fascia. We really don't even have layers of fascia. We talk about the superficial fascia, the deep fascia, the visceral fascia, but that's sort of just a grouping, but there are no really layers. I'm going to take that back, because now I remember Carlos Deco talking about the layers of in the retinaculum, all the different layers of fascia that move in different directions and attach to different things in order to provide that feedback. But maybe that isn't really even layers, because it's so three-dimensional. How do you pick out specific layers? And when you look at pictures of fascia, if you go to the Strolling Under the Skin video, you don't really see layers, but they do talk about layers in that video. So anyway, it's just a big, I'm just having a big thought experiment right now and taking you along with me. But I really do think there can be adhesions, especially in when you think about the idea of scars and trying to close that wound. And the college, it's like boarding up the window when the zombies are chasing you, right? We're just trying to close that, and it's grabbing onto everything it can to create stability to keep that wound closed. So are there more adhesions in that area? And then again, the bigger question is, should we be releasing those adhesions? Is that the right thing to do? And can we actually do that? And I think in many cases we believe that yes, we can and we want to, but rather, and I talked about a few podcasts ago about the SCAR book that, and it's on my Fascia-Informed.com. I can't remember the name of it right now, Scars, Adhesions, and something else. But go to Fascia-Informed.com and there's resources that you can look at. And I'm pretty sure it's still there. But in that book, they talk about not wanting to release, but rather to reintegrate and realign and reintegrate the collagen in the direction of the strain, the functional strain of the fascia. So maybe that's what we're doing as well, is we're not releasing, but we're reorganizing and rehydrating the fascia. Now then, the other piece that comes into my mind is what we know about trigger points. And in the wonderful book where Robert Schleip is one of the editors, or the primary editor, I believe, that big, thick, I don't know, there's like 60 chapters in that book. They talk a lot about trigger points in that book, and what are they really? And it's an area of ischemia because the fascias become stuck together and the fluids can't flow, and the fluids have gotten really viscous and thick, or perhaps even non-existent in that particular little space. So when we want to, we might say release that trigger point, but we're really trying to soften and rehydrate those tissues so they aren't stuck together. But is it a release? And like we think about a release, releasing adhesions. I don't think, the more that I think about that, especially as I'm working on people's bodies, it feels more like a softening and a rehydrating than it does anything about releasing adhesions. But I'm not going to say that doesn't happen, because I don't know. I mean, I think that's the thing with fascia, is that there's so much that we still don't know, especially when it comes to the techniques. So anyway, that's just something I was thinking about, and and I really can't wait. Like last week, I talked about the enthusiast model. I really can't wait until there's more OT practitioners, and again, PT, whatever your discipline is, you're welcome to be part of this, but can't wait until there's more of you out there that would want to hang out and talk about not just the techniques, but the science behind it and what we can do with it. So if you're out there, please feel free to contact me. Thank you, and have a really great day. Thank you for tuning in to the Fascia-Informed Therapist. It's been a pleasure sharing insights and strategies to help you integrate fascia science into your practice. I'm Amy Mayer, and I hope today's episode has inspired you to explore further and take your therapeutic skills to the next level. Remember, we're committed to creating and providing top-notch, evidence-based, fascia-informed continuing education that empowers you as an occupational therapy practitioner. Stay connected with us for more enriching content, and don't forget to check out our online courses to deepen your expertise. Until next time, keep expanding your knowledge, refining your skills, and confidently applying the science of fascia to your practice. Here's to advancing together in health and wellness.